Hey, how are you guys doing today? So right now I'm standing in front of my 1996 Ford F-150 with the pushrod 5.0, not the new Coyote. But yes, the old school 5 liter. And I've had this truck now since March of 2019, so it's been almost 2 years, and I really like this truck. And I haven't reviewed it yet. I've reviewed a lot of vehicles on my channel, but I haven't reviewed this one yet. Here, I'll try to angle y'all back this way so we don't blind you with the sun. But yes, on this cold day, we're looking at this 96 F-150. And it, of course, has the automatic transmission, which would be, I believe, the 4R70W. And this one still shifts pretty good. It feels old. It's an old transmission. I don't think it's probably ever been rebuilt, but we'll see what we can do about that in the future. And now I'll show y'all the truck. This is, of course, a single cab short bed. And it's got some Pacer, I believe they're 297Bs, wheels on them, with the Cooper Discover AT3 275 65 R15. The wheels are 15 by 10s. And I'm running the same on front and on the back. But, I've got an old body style Chevrolet now, and I put 275 60 R15s on the back. And I almost wish I had done that with this truck now, because those look so muscular. But these wheels look good. They look better in person. In the camera, just for some reason, the black, you just don't see it. It almost just looks like there's, not even a rim there. Just complete black. Then with the chrome center cap, kind of looks really old. Like you see from right here, you can't even see the 8 holes in the rim. Now we'll look in the back, and you can see it's got some kind of spray-in bed liner on it, some kind of protection. I do like that. I always hate the way just a painted bed looks. Sorry, I'm getting y'all in the sun so y'all can't really see. But now let's take a look under the back of the truck. So you've got rear differential cover painted red. This truck has 410s on it, which they're pretty aggressive on this truck. But since it does have the 265 75 R15s on it, I may have mispronounced that earlier, but yeah, the 265 75 R15s are pretty tall, so really it's more like having 373s, but it's still pretty aggressive in this truck. And as for exhaust, well, let me actually just pop the hood, then we'll talk about that kind of stuff. I'll show y'all the interior next. You can see this color is Pacific green metallic with silver frost painted along the bottom, which I love the way the 90s vehicles look whenever they've got two-tone, like the Fox bodies, Chevy trucks, Ford trucks, whatever. They just look great with the two-tone paint, in my opinion. You can see the interior. It's not trash. It's not the best either. This used to be, let me get you over, the camera's not in the sun, but this used to actually be I forget the exact code, but a tannish interior, the whole thing, and it was spray painted black, I would assume, by the previous owner. Man, that sun, sorry about that, guys. But as you can see, the seat could be better. Pretty decent condition overall in here. Let's see. And I'm not even going to try to show you all the dash. I'll see it later in the video because the sun's just going to blind it. Now let me pop the hood. Alright, here we have the pushrod 302 in it. Which when I bought this truck, I brought it back from the dead. It had several coolant leaks. The previous owner thought that the transmission was going out, which happened to just be a faulty throttle position sensor. And, one coolant leak from right here to right here underneath the throttle body. That hose broke the actual nozzle, which that's why I bypassed that. The leak was down here, and there's another leak up under here, and it's got a new water pump, new thermostat housing I just put on very recently. New air filter I put on. This I was just replacing what the previous owner had done. I didn't put the Spectre, but I went back with what he put. It's got long tube headers, Hooker Super Competition. Let's see. I'm trying to block that sign. And I may have just chosen a bad day for this. I might should have waited for a cloudy day before I tried to review this truck. But it's got the Hooker Super Competition headers, Glasspacks, true dual exhaust. They do not connect anywhere. There's no X pop, no Y pop. I will look under there and show that to y'all. Let's see. Now, I did dyno this truck. I don't want to spoil the dyno results because there's a video of it, but I'll tell you, it actually did about what I expected. For 180,000 miles, it still has more horsepower than it was rated at the factory. It was rated at 199 horsepower. The manual transmission was rated at 205 this year. There were other years, you know, the earlier years, 92, 93, I believe they were rated at 185 horsepower. Then it went up to 190, 195. You know, it varied. Every year's a little different. The truck's already warm in this startup, so I might give it a few revs. Guys, I'm setting out my 1996 F150. I will tell you guys, this thing is torquey, especially with these 410 gears. You're pretty much always in the power band with this truck. I've got a 2800 stall converter I have that I plan to put in sometime in the near future, possibly with a transmission rebuild, because its transmission does feel a little old. It still shifts good and shifts well. It's just old and slow shifting, you know. But with that 2800, this thing should always be pretty much in the power band, if you know what I'm saying. But I tell you, with the windows down, this truck is pretty loud. Sounds really good. Let's get a little in second gear. Alright guys, that was a review of the Big Bad 302 Green Machine F150, which one of these days really will be a beast. Or maybe not a full beast, but you know, it'll be better than a stock 199 horsepower truck. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.